Turn it up.
What's up, guys? It's Handy Kill Cam coming at you today, and today we're going to talk about Call of Duty Infinity and what do I feel about the game. Here you're going to see me do some gameplay with the new maps. One of my favorite new maps is the China-looking map. I kind of believe that it's an old map from Call of Duty Ghost. They just made it more colorful. If you remember a map in Call of Duty Ghost, it was kind of the same map. It just had a bridge, but it was all green. But in this game, they've made it colorful and added a dance floor and took out the bridge. But that's another video for another day. Because they said that this wasn't a remake. They said the other map from World of War is a remake. But anyway, my thoughts on Call of Duty Infinity. I mean, I don't know. I think they could have came up with a better name because I mean it's Infinity, and the game is made by Infinity Ward. So I mean that's my first concern. I mean I feel like they're just trying to save a lot of money on licensing because I mean they don't have to license the name Infinity, and doing a game in outer space and a futuristic game, they don't have to do no licensing for weapons. It's pretty much they're making their own weapons. Secondly, you know, there's enough space futuristic games out there. I think Call of Duty should just stay with what they know, and that's army-based games. I mean, if I want to play some battleship type game where I'm shooting up and spaceship battles, I think I'd rather just play Destiny. Even though that's not has no spaceship battles, but it has futuristic battles, which I hated Destiny for the record. Or play Star Wars. I mean that game didn't last long for me. Or play Titanfall, which I didn't like Titanfall either. I mean, but am I still optimistic for this game? I mean, of course, I'm a Call of Duty fan. I'm always gonna play Call of Duty. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Do I think it's gonna be a successor? I mean, it's too early to say. I just wish they would have put more thought into the game and put more thought into what they were going to do, because it seems just like everybody's just following everybody now. It seems like, okay, so Destiny's out, so now we got to come up with a futuristic game. So Advanced Warfare came out, and so did Titanfall. All these futuristic games. And it's like, I just want to tell games, stay in your lane. Stay with what you know. It's okay for games to be different from other games. There doesn't need to be similarity in all these other games. And it's like the zombie craze, right? Like every game had a zombie craze. Now we're moving away from the zombie craze, and now we move into the MOBA phase. So every game's gonna have a MOBA now, it seems like. And it's like, really, I really hope the new Call of Duty doesn't have a MOBA, because that's really what ruined Halo 5 for me, as far as just playing regular Halo without playing arena mode, was the MOBA part of it, because I'm not a MOBA player. I mean, the only game that I really like that's really fun to play as a MOBA is Overwatch. I'm not really a big fan of Smite, but Overwatch is nice. But back to Call of Duty. I mean, I just wish Call of Duty would just stay in their lane. I mean, to me, this is pretty futuristic. Black Ops 3. I mean, why would you want to go in outer space? I mean, I don't know. I guess, to like Drifter said, who's one of my favorite YouTubers, who's also from Texas, Texas represent. They got to be able to, free up some creative writing. But seriously, like, why does there have to be a story mode? I've hardly ever played the story modes in Call of Duty. In fact, the only time I ever play story modes in Call of Duty is when the servers are down. That's the only time you ever see me play a Call of Duty campaign. I just go straight into the online and just play. I mean, because really, Call of Duty is always going to be Call of Duty, and it scares me to see them taking this turn because Call of Duty has been such a more competitive game than Black Ops. I mean, excuse me, not Black Ops, than Battlefield. Battlefield, you're not going to see it at ESO. You're not going to see it at tournaments, you know. And so, what does that leave for competitive gaming? Is just Halo, and Halo is a good game competitively, but it was nice to have an alternative. And Call of Duty was that second choice, but I don't see if this game fails. I don't see Call of Duty being that top tier competitive game as far as competitive gaming. And Call of Duty is what got me into gaming seriously. And it's what's really got me into gaming altogether. And taking it seriously. So to see this fail, I mean, that would suck. Because the gaming community for COD is amazing. Will I pre-order COD? More likely. Am I gonna wait in line? Probably not. I'll probably just pre-order it on my Xbox. I mean, it'd be the first time I don't wait in line, but things change. I'm not really super stoked about this title. I'm just a little worried about it. But I'll be interesting to see what happens, and I would love to be part of history, whether it be the first game that fails in the Call of Duty history, worsting Ghost, or to be the first game in Call of Duty history to change and it just be amazing. I think everybody's just waiting for that new amazing Call of Duty, that new amazing Black Ops 2. Black Ops 3 is nice, but it still wasn't Black Ops 2. Um, you know, really, the only reason why Black Ops 3 wasn't Black Ops 2 is just because of the execution. The execution is poor. I do agree and I do understand, the whole PS4 and Xbox One, them, changing the whole thing and the whole title lease agreement or whatever, but I just don't feel like that patches should be or updates should be released, separately. I think they should all be released at the same time. To make it a fair advantage. I don't feel like that, when a game is broken that we should be waiting on updates, and I don't feel like PS4 should be getting it first as far as updates. Maps and new content, I totally agree. But the fact of the matter of a broken game being broken, and then we don't get the better version until PS4 gets it. That it tells the consumer a lie that PS4 is better than Xbox One. And I'm here to tell you, neither system is better than the other. They're practically the same. It's just preference. One has a little bit more RAM than the other. You're not going to notice the difference between the two consoles. The only thing you're going to notice is the operating system. And, and there's no indefinite better operating system. It's all by choice. So with that said, that's just my thing about, Call of Duty. I'm excited. But at the same time, I'm a little bit skeptic of what it's going to be like, and I just don't know what it's going to be. Well, I appreciate you watching the channel. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button, and make sure to follow all the links in the description. Handy out.